Hello everyone, this is Night Daddy and I'm going to do a like step-by-step miniature painting for myself for my own records, and I thought it'd be fun to stream. So welcome, and I'm just gonna get started and stuff. So yeah. Alright, first I'm gonna put away all my gear on the table and put some music on and start painting a miniature of myself. So you see in the background. Alright, so first things first is I'm gonna clean my desk area and start unboxing the stuff I got. First, I got this starter kit of what was it? Right here from Amazon. It's called the Nick Pro miniature set. It cost me like 35 bucks or something. Let's see here. So first things first, let me show a picture of what I'm going to paint on screen, and then I'll show you the miniatures. So because I need to see what I'm mimicking. Wait a second. So I gotta paint that right there, right? So first, I'm gonna try to box this and try to get some of the colors I need. So give me a second. Okay. So it comes with the some brushes, cool, round, for fine details and other things. Okay. And paint palette, sweet. And colors. Okay, so I'm gonna definitely need the paint thinner. Paint thinner to make the paints a little more watery. So I'm gonna take out the colors that I need. Okay, so definitely gonna need white and black. So put these on the side over here. I'm gonna do my best to not make a mess. So put everything aside. I'm gonna go hard on the white first because I want to dry first. Okay, so let me get this old shirt down. I don't get a mess on everything, and just in case the soak through, I got the bag under. I got my little paint palette, but unfortunately I'm not going to be using it. All right, I got like a cup of water here for okay, my brushes. I don't know what brushes I'm going to be using, so I'm just going to use it as I go. Last but not least, here are the miniatures I'm going to be painting. I primed it a couple days before with spray on primer. Oh, did I not? I'll figure this stuff out later. Maybe I should wear gloves. Whatever. All right, so I'm gonna get started. So best way to do this is to just jump right in, right? Hopefully I don't get my mouse pad disgustingly destroyed, but whatever. All right, so first I'm gonna do white because, again, white is, I want it to dry first, so. Just put a little bit right there. Let me test that out. Hopefully that's enough. It says, okay. All right, so let's get started. I'm just gonna do it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna go in. Okay, I'm gonna just try to cover as much of this with the white paint as possible. Got a white shirt and a white boxers, so if I get a little bit on the arms, it's okay. I'll come and fix it later with a fine brush, but right now I'm just trying to get the paint onto the guy. Okay, just get as much paint as possible. This is my first ever miniature painting, so I don't know if this is correct or not. I'll do my best though. Get as much in there as possible. It's not looking right though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. It's starting to look better now. I think I just needed more paint, less thinner. Okay, I thought less is more. Less is more. Wait, there it is. So much black, I can't see where some parts are layered, and that's kind of a problem. I just have to paint over it with white, to be honest with you. I can see it better. And just get the paint in there. It's not perfect. Oh no. That's fine. My brush got in the way of some other parts, but that's okay. Painting over white it'll be easy. It just makes it look lighter. Okay, I think I kind of got enough on here. And just gotta make one coat, and then the thing about painting on black is you need like a lot of paint, especially when you have white. So you don't see the black anymore. You gotta put the paint in the right places to not see the black anymore. That's kind of cool. I like this. Okay, I see it now. The smaller one has less detail, so I did not notice that I was painting over the apron that this man has on. Okay, just adding more layers actually looks a lot better. Yeah. Okay, let that dry. Move on to this one. It's starting to look better. I'm getting it. I just needed more paint. It's pretty good. It looks like the white that I wanted it to be. So I did the white first because I need to paint over the pants. So freaking fun. I honestly think it looks pretty good right now, except right here, but I'm gonna need it at the tip. So cool. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do a little bit more touch-ups on the big one, and I think it should be done for the next layer of color. Okay, now, you know what? This is a pretty good layer of white paint. Because if y'all do, I'm free for some pointers, I'll tell you that much. So I felt like painting my miniature, and then I got another. I want to make some other videos of doing some things around the house. I also want to fix a 3DS and a PlayStation 3 that are both broken. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm gonna try to get that up and running as well. I didn't think I was gonna use so much. I did not think I was gonna use so much white. I don't know how many layers I need to. I like to play video games, eat, cook. I love cooking. I love eating new foods. That's why you see my. So if you don't know, the character on screen is essentially just a anime version of me. I like to cook, make new dishes. I like to play video games. I like fantasy. It's me, essentially a accurate representation of me in real life. Oh shoot. I played all the games, PC, console, don't matter to me. I don't know. I'm very passionate about video games. I try to make a review channel, but reviewing games is difficult. Well, mostly it's not difficult. It's just that I like to make my stuff high quality. I get picky about my reviews, but I think I should just make more first impression type videos. They're easier. I'm gonna have to add like so many layers to this. For genre games, hmm, honestly, I don't know. It changes with the times, to be honest. I guess like RPGs, MMOs, shooters. I don't know. I'm just a lover of games, to be honest. I don't have one type of game I like to play more than others because my favorites are kind of all over the place. Like I think my favorite shooters are PUBG and Escape from Tarkov, but those are like really hardcore shooters. But I also like to play Overwatch and Marvel Rivals, which are team-based shooters, but also like tactical shooters as well. So I'm kind of all over the place. Um, my favorite RPG, but this is just because I'm biased, was Final Fantasy Tactics Advance for the Game Boy Advance because I thought that was like the best game ever when I was a child, and I can't seem to get that out of my head. So that is my favorite for that. Hmm, Total War Warhammer. Total War Warhammer. Oh my god. Now that's like a game with like a lot of my favorite stuff in it, you know. It has fantasy, it has strategy, it has base building, it has war. So that's another life-changing game for me. Uh well, the whole story starts with as I was growing up, I was left home a lot, right? Only person cooking for me was my grandma. And let me tell you, my grandma does not know how to cook. She scrambled eggs with the shell in it. And she would put so I have an Asian background. So the staple was eggs and rice in the morning. And she would scramble eggs with the shell in it, and she would put too much soy sauce in my so it's like eggs, scrambled eggs, rice, and soy sauce. So too much soy sauce and eggs, and I almost like threw up um like every time she would make me breakfast. So I just told her I will make it myself. And my grandma did not know how to cook, by the way. So I learned how to, as a 5-year old, I learned how to cook, and I made really good food. And then that's when I found out that my parents did not know how to cook. Because my meals were better tasting than their meals. They oversalt things, and you know, I mean, my mom's not a bad cook. She just puts too much seasoning on everything. So I realized as we grew up, well, as I got older and we grew up, my entire family had high blood pressure, and that's because my mom would oversalt all the food. And when you're a kid, you just eat whatever your mom gives you, and everyone had freaking health problems. And it turns out, my mom oversalted all the food because my dad is a smoker and he could not taste the food she was making, so he would tell her to put more uh salt in it. But he doesn't have taste buds because he freaking smokes all the time. So the whole family had to suffer oversalted food for I don't know how long. So once I started cooking my own food, I just, looked up YouTube videos, and I would go to like restaurants, eat their food, and be like, hey, I could probably make this myself for cheaper. It was like a financial point of view most of the time, like making sushi, going to steak houses, pretty much any food that I really like at restaurants, I would try to replicate it at home, but I would make it better. So I stopped going to steakhouses because my steaks taste a lot better than regular steakhouse steaks. I'll be honest with you. And it's cheaper too. Making my own mashed potatoes from scratch, and well, that's like an American thing. I'm still trying to learn how to make Asian food though. I don't have a baseline for, because when you make Asian food, you can make it, but like I don't know if it's like how it's supposed to taste or not. I don't have like a friend to be like, hey, you know what? This tastes pretty legit. Oh, my wife loves it, so that's all that matters. I don't like cleaning. That's one thing I don't like. I hate cleaning. There's no reward at the end of it, but that's a skill I have to level up as well, because when there's cooking, I gotta clean. I don't think you go all over the place. I'm more of a strategy guy, but everything said is games that most people play. It's the weirder genre game configuration, so I had to learn. That's just some of my favorites, I can't even really get into. You have no idea how many games I've played. It's just those are my favorites. I played a lot. I beat like, I don't know, like 30 games. Nah, I'm the cook and the clean right now. Unfortunately, the lifestyle of others cleaning after me is not in the in it's not in the cards. So I do all the cooking and I do all the cleaning. Any cleaning games? You're wrong. I've actually played Power Wash Simulator. Is one of my favorites. There was a year when I put so much time into Power Wash Simulator. It was my most game played of the year that year. I've been on like a retro game kind of, what's it like, gaming spree. It's okay in the virtual world, okay? Because in the virtual world, right, they reward you for cleaning. When I clean my home, it just gets dirty again. I gotta clean it again. You don't get rewards. You get sweaty, you get dirty, and then you just wake up the next day and it's dirty again. See, in video game world, you get points, you get high scores. Different. It's a reward system. The only reward you get for cleaning is that you have a clean house, which is a good habit, I guess. You gotta learn how to clean. You can't just not clean. Usually after I do like a huge job like cleaning or mowing the lawn, I get myself a nice hamburger or something like that. I usually get myself I reward myself with a meal. Star Trek or Star Wars? Star Trek. Honestly. Now, here's the thing. I like Star Wars games. I think Knights of the Old Republic is like one of the best games I ever played. But to be fair, Knights of the Old Republic was built to be almost like Dungeons and Dragons. So I like the world of Star Wars, like the lightsabers and all that stuff, but they're just not doing anything cool with it that I'm interested in. Star Trek, I like it. I like the politics and the problem solving, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. I haven't liked the Star Wars friend. I haven't liked anything Star Wars in a while, but I haven't watched all like the Disney stuff. Like I watched like the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, and that was it. I like Rogue One. That one was pretty nice comparatively to the other Star Wars I've watched. But I think as a whole, but I honestly haven't watched too much Star Trek. I watched like some of the TV while it was on TV because I watched it with my brother, and I watched like the movies. The movies I think are excellent. Like the new ones with Chris Pine, I think they're pretty excellent. Star Wars just hasn't done it for me lately. I know a lot of people like Star Wars. I just personally don't like Star Wars. No, I like the original three. Those are cool. Star Wars Episode 1 was good. I can't even remember Episode 2 and 3. I watched the new trilogy, the first one, like by new, I mean like The Force Awakens. That was okay. The subsequent movies were bad. To me, they were bad. Uh, you know, it's whatever you like. I don't really like collect lightsabers or anything like that. I don't know. I think you know what? I think it's because Star Trek is more about like first encounters and adventure, and Star Wars is literally about politics and war. So I guess it just depends on what genre you like better. But the games are like us. Well, I say the games, but mostly just Knights of the Old Republic. I think that one was pretty solid. Well, I don't think a Star Trek game that's not like just that just evolves into like a simulator management game would work. Because Star Trek is not about the action. I mean, there is action. There's definitely action, but like, it's not like a war. I mean, I'm trying not to be a pun here, but it is Star Wars. It's about war. Yeah, but that's just the nature of Star Trek. It's not meant to be like a full on action genre. If you want that, that would be Stargate. It's just my time. I'm not the type to spend. Well, I say I'm not the type to spend too long on one type of game, but it's just I play like more voluminous games. But recently I did just beat Death Stranding 1 and 2, so that's no excuse. Death Stranding 1 and 2 took me about 100 hours plus each to beat, and I quite enjoyed that game. Honestly, it was almost life-changing how good that game was. But can I recommend it to people? No, because it's a very niche type of game. Let's see. If I were to make a game, I would probably make some sort of town simulator game where you're actually not the hero, but you're just a guy who knows how to man. He'll be like a salary man. He just knows how to manage. He just works in management, and he just manages a town. I would think that would be a pretty funny game. He's not a hero. He manages the heroes. Well, I wouldn't say superheroes. I was talking more like fantasy type heroes. Like I mean, you literally just described Dispatch. And I like Dispatch. But more like I guess fantasy Dispatch, but you can upgrade. It's like a town, like a village, like so you can upgrade the village as you go and protect it more from monsters and stuff. But I don't know. That's just a pipe dream. Don't know anything about game design. I think if I'm gonna make some sort of creative art, I think more realistically, I would write a book before anything else because it's more accessible for me. Oh, I was not an artist in kindergarten. I kind of still remember how I used to draw when I was a kid. It was pretty bad. I remembered because I compared my art to other kids. Holy hell, they were I drew fucking ugly ass shit. My god. Yeah. I took art classes when I went to school, but yeah, I don't think I took it for fun. The best thing out of art class, I met my wife. So, worth it. I'm just gonna do one layer on the apron because I don't have a lot of this color. So I'm just gonna try to do it lightly. Okay, I'll fix it back with just the plain white. I just want to get the whole. I took art, and I liked it. And like any nerdy guy, they have like an anime notebook where they draw anime people. So just doing a little bit of final touches to make it a little bright in some places, and looks pretty good. Thanks, man. Okay, look at that. I'm done. I'll let that dry. Dude, hey, what are you painting? I am painting myself. Oh, shoot. Hold on. You see that image in the top left? It's my VTuber character. I'm trying to grab it, but it's like wet. Ugh. It's a 3D printed version of myself. I'm trying to not show you guys. Pretty cool, huh? Greetings, I'm Night Daddy and thanks for watching my video. Follow me on Twitter for my YouTube and stream updates. Also, follow my Twitch if you want to hang out and chat. Consider subscribing and liking my video, it really helps my channel. Leave a comment on what you think of the video or what I should play next. Enjoy!